Okay. Hello, FreeForm Nation. This is your host, Phenom. So, before we start today's episode, I would just like to have a moment of silence for all the victims at Bowling Green. I had enough of that shit. What's up, y'all? All right,
what up? This nigga is crazy.
It's your host, Phenom Soul, the host with the most, not from Ghost Coast. Rhymes.
Got a lot of toast.
Oh, shit.
Hey.
All right, what's up, y'all?
Exactly. Facts, though.
All facts, no snapper.
What's up, peoples?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, y'all? We back. Another episode of the Freeform Podcast. Damn,
yes,
I forgot, bro. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It
We're not doing a podcast. I guess we're doing a commercial or something. I don't know.
But like I said,
wow.
It's Phenom Soul here. To my left, we have the impeccable Tez.
What up? What up? This is Tez. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for the people that supported Trump. You got Muslims banned. We're trying to fix that. You can thank us later for fixing the world.
And that is sarcasm. You hear in his voice.
Oh my god! All right, Mr. Neutron. Your introductions.
Yeah, this is Winston, aka
Sounds like
Neutron, aka your mama's other lover, aka I'm playing. But, yeah.
All right, y'all.
How y'all doing?
Doing good.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and jump to some topics. As you can probably tell, what Tez was saying about the Muzzle ban, we have a lot of fuckery. It's starting like, how long has this cat been in office?
2 weeks? It's about like be the last
2 weeks of fuckery, baby, dangling.
Exactly.
The Muzzle ban. Tez, your thoughts?
Pretty much it was a horror fest to begin with the whole controversy of him talking about how big his crowd size was. I guess size really matters in this case because he was emphasizing it so much over like several.
Dick.
Yeah, because he's a pretty narcissistic, insecure, small-handed young gentleman. But anyway, the Muslim ban specifically, terrorism is an issue, but it's not an issue enough to like completely generalize 9 countries that haven't actually even done any terrorism since post-dating like 9/11, and that's ridiculous. I mean, how can you ban people that haven't committed any terrorism? I think his administration could have thought it out a little bit more, or thought it out a lot more, and came to some rational conclusion. I mean, Obama specifically had restrictions on those countries, and Trump turned around, got in office, decided to ban anybody coming in from those 9 countries. So we got to work on like, how do we not only fix the whole ban thing, which they've like already suspended his executive order, but we got to figure out how do we, still maintain foreign affairs with somebody like Trump in office. So he's damaging our like foreign influence, and he's damaging domestically the faith that people have in that whole executive office of the presidency and of the federal government in general. Yeah. So that's my perspective on it. Winston?
Man, all I keep thinking is bands make good dance. Bands make good dance. But yeah, I just think the whole thing is fucked up, considering that he says that he's doing this because of terrorist threats, when the majority of the terrorist attack that happened, they don't even want to call the people terrorists. They call them lone wolves and other misguided use or whatever. Dylan Roof is a fucking terrorist.
Yeah, true.
Didn't he get a death penalty?
Yeah.
Oh, he actually got it.
Yeah,
he did get the.
But my thing is, they never called him a terrorist. That's my whole thing. But these people who are just trying to make better lives for themselves, you want to build walls to keep them out, and you want to ban people from flying home to see their families. If they fly home to see their family, they can't come back in. Any of their family members that are trying to get here from that country, they can't come here.
And I think that's another thing people missing with that ban. Like, people who actually have like citizenship and work visas are like they are not allowed back into the
country. You leave, you ain't come back.
So it's not just you're trying to cover it up by saying like we're trying to keep the terrorists out and like illegal immigrants. I'm like, what about the people that were here and they just went back to visit home and everything? They can't get back in. And like it's kind of crazy that all these activists for like not just like all lives matter, but just like what are all these people that are so vocal when you say like some shit like, especially like us in the black community, we say something like we just say help us. It's like nah, we alright. Something like this happens, y'all quick to jump. Y'all quick to jump out this damn window.
Hold on, are you talking about like the
majority of the country?
Okay. No, I'm just making sure I understood the perspective you were talking about. You're talking about like the white people that are like, okay, all lives matter, we're all equal. But then when the whole Muslim ban thing occurs, they're like, oh, I
don't want to touch it. Like,
exactly.
Keep them out
there. I was just making sure what we were talking about.
There's two spectrums that are always presented when it comes to the vastness of the populace of this country, and
well, whiteness and non-whiteness.
no, to the whiteness of this country.
Okay, whiteness. That. Okay, to within the whiteness.
Yeah, within the whiteness.
I got you.
And it's either they're polarizing within themselves, and I'm not trying to sit here and analyze them or anything like that, but it's like either they want to be missionaries or crusaders or for Christ or themselves or whatever, and they want to be the white knight and the white savior that goes to Ethiopia and tries to save the starving children in Honduras. And then you got the people who are just like, fuck that, no, I'm good, fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like with that kind of structure, you can't do nothing but have selective morality. And that's the problem with it. It's like they want to have selective morality about when to pick and choose to call somebody a terrorist, when to pick and choose that all lives fucking matter, when to pick and choose when to help out with trans rights or gay rights or whatever. Yeah. And that's the messed up part of it. And it's not just them, because everybody does, race does this.
True, yeah.
But when you are the large majority and you
hold power,
you hold the power.
Exactly, yeah.
That becomes a problem.
Yeah.
That's what hinders growth. That's what hinders anything from progressing. Yeah. Is because people want to sit up here and be like, oh man, all lives matter. All lives matter. Oh, the Syrians need help because fucking people are bombing them to hell and back.
Yeah.
No, we don't want them over here. All lives don't matter now.
Yeah.
Blue lives matter. Blue lives matter. Where this crip over here needs money.
Man. Like
this crip over here needs money, and now blue lives don't matter. I'm playing.
but I think the big thing with what you're talking about is you're going on. You're talking about ideology and principle, and like people being like, okay, because you don't look like us, you don't have our traditions and all of that stuff. We're not going to help you because you're different. As opposed to, okay, if
you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's based off of ideology. It's based off of, you see somebody, like you see a Muslim person doing something and you see a Christian person doing something. They're both committing crimes, but then you're like, well, that Muslim person, they're more in the wrong because they're Muslim, instead of they're both in the wrong. Or you want to weigh their punishments out the same way, or them being captured and going in trial and all of that stuff, and going through the whole judicial system in the same equal balanced way.
Yeah,
and they're not, because like what you're saying is the perception that they have is, okay, they're not like me, you crucify them, but they're like me is not the same thing, and I don't want to touch it.
You mentioned the word crucify because their savior looks just like the people they don't even want here.
True. Yeah.
Like, historically speaking, he looks just like the same people that you don't want here.
And a lot of people think Jesus was
a white, blonde, and blue-eyed. Don't you dare.
With an oily chest and
a lot of people think
pack.
Yeah, a lot of people think Jesus was a Syrian Jew. He's like dark-skinned, curly hair. And like all of a sudden, well, no, we don't want to help. We don't want to help the Syrians because if we give them refuge, they're going to commit crimes. They're going to do all this terroristic stuff.
Exactly. And so when it comes on, like, everything that this guy has done since he's been in office has been beyond repugnant, stupid, idiotic, unconstitutional. everything about it is just like it's literally the Nazi thing. And then like when somebody gets pissed off and they actually punch Richard Spencer or Spence, whatever his name is, I don't give a fuck about this guy's life.
Yeah, the neo-Nazi cat.
Yeah, the alt-right.
All right, yeah. The neo-Nazi.
Neo-Nazi.
I'll go with that.
Let's call it what it is. When something like that happens and they punch him in the face, oh, you shouldn't punch anybody. You should rise above that because we're better. We're not like, no, knock him out. Knock him all the way out. And in all honesty,
hey, man. hey.
God bless.
God bless.
But my whole thing is like, man, like, you don't want us to put hands on these people when these people are literally talking about killing everybody that doesn't look like them, when these people actually work for the destruction of other communities that aren't like theirs.
Right.
When these people want an all-white America, when America was not even all-white when it was first founded.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that goes against, like, everything that these people preach.
And it goes against the Bible. It teaches tolerance.
Yeah.
And isn't there a scripture? I'm not the most religious person ever. Y'all know me.
Like
Facts. No snapping.
But I'm saying, like, I do keep my ear close to some shit. I do catch some shit in the book. And wasn't it something like you treat your neighbor as if they...
You
like,
love thy neighbor as you would love yourself.
Yeah,
golden rule.
So it's like, isn't this like going against one of your golden rules in the Bible?
There's been a lot of contradictions
I'm
throughout
just
history.
saying,
Yeah, the whole crusades and stuff. That was the most ridiculous.
But see, that was the dopest thing about Jesus that I like read in the Bible was like the thing, and it ties into it. Yeah. The thing that they were the people came up to him, and, you know, these were like the preachers and shit. You know, they were called Pharisees and Sadducees.
Yeah,
and shit. But they came up to him and they said, so, if you really think you're the Son of God, sum up the whole of the law. And he said, love God first and foremost with all your heart, mind, and strength. And then he said, the second commandment that follows the greatest, which is the one I just said, he said, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. And that's simple as fuck. If you love somebody like you love yourself, unless you don't love yourself,
right,
then you'll cover every fucking one of the commandments. But tying that into Richard Spence, this motherfucker clearly, like, you cannot claim anybody that's in the KKK.
Dude, he
anybody
that's Nazis.
Exactly. Anybody that's a skinhead, anybody that's alt-right, anybody that's a neo-Nazi, whatever you want to call yourself. If you can literally look at somebody else and hate them, then don't try to claim my fucking God. Ever.
Yeah.
Because that will get you punched. And I feel like I have every right and retribution to punch you in the mouth because Jesus made a whip and beat people.
But I'm saying, this is like, here's the like contradictions I've noticed throughout my 27 years of living, especially like in the South. Like some of your most hardcore, devoted like Christians. Yeah, I'm gonna just use Christians as like example because like I grew up Baptist. But here's the thing, like I remember like getting lessons of like love, compassion, and everything. But as soon as some shit happens out of the norm that they're not familiar with or that they can't understand, it goes to like
homophobia.
I don't like that. Yeah, basically.
I'm just saying. Let's keep it 100.
But it's like I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's like no.
It's like I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with it. I banish you to the furthest realm of like,
hell.
And that goes back to the ideology thing that me and Tess were talking about. It's like whenever they encounter something that they can't understand or don't want to perceive with their own eyes, then they want to cast it away as far as they can. And that's selective morality. Like you can't do that. You can't do that because this. It's funny because a lot of the growing up, a lot of the parents in the Christian church wound up having gay kids. And I saw it happen repeatedly, and I'm just like, don't you think God's trying to tell you something, bro?
That's funny.
Like maybe you need to fucking put that burden down because it ain't for you to carry.
But then that also ties to another conversation of like the older generation not letting go of old ways. Because we've had this conversation off like the microphone or whatever, where it's just like some like the older generation, you can't change their mind about this.
Exactly.
It's been too ingrained in their DNA.
So when they hear phrases like "Let's make America great again," it makes their fucking vaginas wet. You know?
That's funny. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But what I was gonna say was I was gonna piggyback off of what he was talking about as far as people trying to, rail against whatever is different because they don't want to accept it or they don't understand it. I think, we see what's happening and we see like the end results of a segment of America being like, we feel like we're being ignored, and these people that historically didn't get preference, we feel like they're getting preference. So we're going to vote specifically against them. Well, let me finish for a second. Yeah. We're going to vote for specifically against them. And even though, we're lower income, we may be lower income white people, we're from rural areas, we're going to vote against everything basically that as far as economically, as far as what like job wise, we're going to vote against our better interests as far as that, and we're gonna vote for somebody that's saying, okay, we're gonna keep these people out, and then we're gonna keep these people out, and you know what, it's gonna work. I can't explain to you how it's gonna work, but you just know we're gonna keep these people out. We don't hope. Yeah, exactly. and you know what, it goes to show you that discrimination, whether you think it's justified or you want to make some type of ideological excuse for it, it doesn't work. If we're not thinking about the totality of America, like everybody moving forward, then we're gonna sink.
Exactly.
And it's historically never worked in any civilization. It's always ended bad.
Never.
Yeah.
Like, if you motherfuckers really think that you gonna find coal still,
yeah, that's that. I had a discussion with somebody about that.
What is wrong with you?
Energy sources are moving forward. They're not going to stay in coal,
bro. Because
coal being an energy source.
Because with the climate and climate change is fucking real.
Yeah.
So if you the process that you have to go through, and just for the simple fact that this motherfucker's been on Twitter trying to silence scientists.
Yeah, scientists about to have a march on their ass.
Like, you literally coming against NASA?
Yeah.
And it's under your federal funding?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, you literally don't know what, like, okay.
But just to hit on
President Bannon will protect us. Yeah. But
just to hit on the point y'all hit on earlier about, like, the coal jobs, them going to resources that, like, we're trying to move away from, you got to understand another thing. People aren't listening to, like, well, they're not thinking like, okay, why don't we try to use other forms of like energy or whatever? They're thinking like, I need a job.
Yeah, I'm sinking. The
ship's
sinking.
The places where he said this were in places where coal mining was a big thing.
Yeah, Virginia.
And so it's like, you guys have already raped your minds. Yeah. There's nothing there. And in order to find anything else new, you're going to have to go through harsher conditions with less restrictions, because OSHA will not let you be harsher to yourself.
And he's trying to get disseminate all the regulation shit. It's ridiculous, man. It's gonna be dangerous.
And nobody wants to fucking add up that he's doing all this shit because he has stock in all these things that he's doing.
Yeah, he's trying to get
the countries that don't have ban is countries that he has money in.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia.
Like
the main one. Yeah,
it's crazy. So, I mean, like, come on, son, and y'all can't put two and two together. And it's the thing that, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but the thing that like really made me like laugh, and this is like the first time I actually been serious about all this shit. Like, it's pissed me off, yeah, but at the same time, it ain't gonna stop me from trying to go and accomplish my goals and get my motherfucking money.
Amen.
But right, church, hallelujah.
Tabernacle.
But the thing is, it's like these people were saying like, oh, Trump got voted in because he's anti-establishment.
Motherfucker,
he's the establishment. Man. Yeah, he's ingrained. He funded fucking Hillary Clinton.
You think
he's Oz? He's the Wizard of Oz. He's literally he has the strings on politicians. Exactly.
You think this motherfucker is literally like, he's like, I won't take the little guy. I won't take the the salary from the people for being president because
I gave the president the salary.
Yeah, for real.
First and
put
foremost,
the battery in niggas'
second of all, you won't take that salary because that's tax money from us, and they will have to check your taxes, bro. Third of all, you get to use your own money to try to push your own agendas in through Congress by giving.
He still hasn't released his tax.
Hell no.
Is that doing too?
Yeah, I don't think so. That's crazy.
Why would
man.
he?
I mean, I feel like if there's enough petitions,
if he took that as a job, like he's supposed to do,
yeah.
then he would have to have tax paperwork.
I don't see how he got away with that. And then you had with the birthers being like, Obama wasn't born in the U.S. Obama's a Muslim. Obama, like, I don't see how he got away with that shit, man. And he was the biggest person railing
because
against
people want to hear what they want to hear.
Exactly.
Man.
And deep down, you know how he got away with it. Man.
Oh yeah, okay.
Reflection for the protection, baby.
Yeah,
for the protection.
Boy,
Facts.
That privilege is a hell
Oh
of a
Lord, man. He had the card, man. He had the card in his
God,
wallet.
bro.
It had like a fucking gold, gold laminated.
Let me say the collection, the complexion for protection for the collection.
Oh, man.
That platinum encrusted white collar.
But I never understood. I never.
You got a black card, nigga? My shit really unlimited. Let me swipe this white card.
But a billionaire looking out for lower income people.
Lower income.
That's ridiculous.
The dumbest premise.
Yes.
Like, this is the worst story Charles Dickens ever wrote. Like,
Yeah, for real.
And I told you, I don't even follow
Prince of the
politics for
Pauper
real.
Part
But I'm
Exactly.
still.
You want more? You want more jobs? You want more?
Please, sir. I need a job.
I don't know.
Like, dude,
What?
dude, the first time I heard Trump's campaign, I was like, man, this dude about to make the greatest swindle.
Oh my God, he's a snake oil salesman, like through and through, man.
No.
But I would no. You know what? I will say that's the only thing I respect about Trump. He actually keeping his fucking promises. He's like banning motherfuckers. Like that's the only. Like he's the realest dude. Like
I feel like this is the greatest strategic move because it was like for him to actually pull that shit off.
Yeah.
He had to make sure that they were the first things that he did.
Yeah.
Because he still had the Republicans on the side.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
now that the
You could do
backlash
it,
is coming,
Yeah.
now the Republicans are like, oh no, I don't know if I want to fuck with this nigga like that. But it's too late, bro.
Yeah.
It's too late. You gotta
that
fuck
shit
with
is
him now.
crazy, man.
And like the
You
whole
either get down or you lay down.
the whole
This nigga's
thing.
a thug.
It's ridiculous. Obama came in like fucking like a Tibetan monk, like I want to work with you guys. I want to go across the aisle. You know, I want to shake hands with the Republicans. I want to kiss babies. I want you guys to like me. Trump was like, nah, motherfuckers. Y'all are at a fucking detriment. Y'all ain't got anybody on your side. We running shit, and I'm gonna pass as many executive orders as I want. Fine. I'm getting rid of all. I'm getting rid of all these goddamn Muslims. We building that goddamn wall. Mexico's gonna pay for it. I don't give a fuck if they say they ain't gonna pay
using
for
tax
it.
dollars.
Yeah, well, that's what
we
he said.
pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're using tax
You
dollars.
know the promise he said we weren't gonna pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how y'all feel about that,
But
man?
see, my thing is
Are they still gonna tax do a heavy tax on Mexican goods?
I don't know.
I know he was talking about that. Like they're gonna pay for it some kind of way.
No, just think about how fucked up it's gonna be. You look at your check and you see wall tax.
Nigga, Tapatio is so fucking good, bro.
Wall tax.
Perimeter tax.
Tapatio is delicious, bro.
Oh yeah. Are you talking about Mexican shit?
Yeah, you gonna make me pay $50 for a bottle of Tapatio? Nigga, man, come on, bro.
Oh, the margarita is gonna have a
You gonna
$10
pay
extra
$20
tax on it.
I know, right? Man.
They taxing
fucking
anything,
God,
any taco,
God,
like
bro.
Taco Bell. We just
And
gonna
if you
tax
really
that.
think that shit really gonna keep them out, you dumb as
Yeah.
fuck, bro. They already got an underground network.
And how long do
they
you
done
think-
tapped into the U.S. Let me stop before the CIA here.
Yeah. And you don't have to. But like real talk,
know too much.
you have to build a wall from California to Texas. How long do you
Bro.
think that's gonna take?
You might as well build
Do
it.
you think they're not gonna get in the boat and come around to Louisiana?
Yeah, they
No,
probably gonna figure out a way.
we have a state called New Mexico, so I don't know.
A whole new one.
See,
Built where the old one used to be.
Yeah.
Oh my
I don't
God,
know,
this
man.
is some shit, bro.
It's sad, it's funny, but it's so damn sad.
It's only funny because we gotta laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Goddamn right.
You gotta laugh to keep
Yeah.
from crying.
Exactly.
Because like for real, like this shit is really starting to look like Nazi fucking Germany, bro.
You got goddamn Mr.
Man, don't say that, man.
It is
really?
It is.
I mean, I know what you're saying. I don't want to think about that, right?
You know well, I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to tell y'all after the
Word
podcast.
to Anne Frank.
It was it was somebody I heard. It was like a disc jockey. They're talking about like the whole like how the state of America was, and basically they were like comparing it to Nazi Germany, and the disc jockey literally started crying, and she's like, I'm scared. I was like, it's really real out here.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is. And not to mention, because you mentioned it, like he's really fucking up foreign policy and shit like that. Bro, they don't even want him to come to England.
Oh yeah, they had the whole discussion in
the
Parliament.
Queen- I
in
heard
British
They
Parliament.
Bait his ass in
I heard the
Parliament,
Queen
man.
was like, "Yo, I can straight up stab this motherfucker over my leg if I want to." we
I'm
like,
talking about
"Yo,
Crown office stabbed this nigga.
Do it.
It's a dude.
You know, when you think of like the British Parliament and like the gentlemen, the ladies, like they went full savage.
And they went,
in that Parliament.
they straight up turned the street hooligans like
Yeah,
it was a
for
soccer
real.
match. Like
That's
they
the
were
thing.
like,
That's the thing.
yeah,
Like,
keep him out.
Yeah, as sophisticated as you want to say some,
We don't like this
Yeah.
bloke.
as sophisticated as you want to say some British people are.
Alright,
When fucking football, when like football goes down, they go rowdy.
They go
man.
ham.
They go ham. Exactly.
They go ham. I want to go to like a Manchester United match for real.
I want brass knuckles to go there. Yeah, I gotta have them hands.
Bro,
Exactly.
let me drink a pint.
I'm good.
Get it popping.
Oh my
I would be
goodness.
mad for a whole different reason. See a guy fall down like 5 yards away from the cat that supposedly kicked him or something. It just pissed me off. I'll be the only one that's like, stop being a bitch, man. Over there, giving the greatest performance known to man. This nigga trying to get the fuck out.
All in all, man, this motherfucker's really like, and he really fucking up.
Yeah,
he's
for
really
real.
fucking up, and it's sad because
It's funny. I think it's funny how like everybody in the world is mad at Donald Trump. They're not really mad
they're
at
not
America.
mad at America.
It's like we know your leaders fucked
Like,
up.
and
I'm
not,
sorry.
but
We're
see,
sorry.
the only time they actually get mad at America is when they're just like, you dickheads voted this nigga in.
Yeah.
Like,
It's kind of like a pitiful. It's like a pitiful man. Like, come on,
Well, you
y'all
can't-
really
you can't
voted
even
him.
say that.
First and foremost, I
Cause-
think the elections take way
Yeah.
too fucking long in this country.
Well,
like,
fuck,
shit,
Hillary
Australia,
beat
this shit
him
take
in
like
Oh,
the
2
popular
weeks.
vote.
Yeah, it should be.
The people voted for Hillary.
But then again, once
Electoral
again, we
college.
got somebody who's the establishment claiming to be anti-establishment
Establishment.
with a lot of fucking money who can pay for the electoral vote.
Okay, pause. I just want the listeners to think about that. How did we let a cat slide through that? Like, I've been asking
He didn't
this
slide.
question.
He didn't slide. It was
This
just
tell is a serious question. This nigga said, "Ha ha."
sound like you sound like your dad being outraged.
How did you do this?
Dude,
Dad, let me explain.
this cat was moonwalking through this campaign with no solid plans at all.
No, he
It's gonna
didn't.
be great.
He didn't moonwalk. He didn't
It's gonna be
moonwalk.
great. We're
This
gonna
cat
build it.
moonwalking
We're gonna
to
build
To
it
the,
all.
to the people that supported him, he moonwalked. To
Man,
everybody else, we're like, this motherfucker stupid. He's not gonna win.
Yes, he's
he got
stupid.
he got underestimated.
Dude.
That's the biggest thing.
Dude, this cat slid
Not
into
by
the
me.
White House like
No, he
like
got
a dude
underestimated by
slide
me.
into
I didn't
like a
think-
light
I didn't think
skinned
America-
DMs
Bro,
and shit, man. Like,
I didn't think America was that
Trust-
stupid.
Bro, I haven't trusted for a long time.
He didn't even have to say it. I knew what he meant.
Dog.
Yeah, you can put the noun, whatever noun you want there, as long as they the right ones.
I feel you.
But here's what I'm saying. You just gotta think about that. How did a cat that is the establishment like slide up in the White House, man? And like he claimed not to be. He was anti-establishment. That was his whole campaign. Like I go against the system. I tell it like it is.
He was because that's what he. Well, I'm not gonna say he told it how it was, but he made it sound like he was telling it how it was, and he was unpolished and he wasn't part of the establishment, but he was the nigga behind the establishment. Is the best way to put it. And he could say the right things to rile people up, and people were like, "Yeah, you got a point. There's a point." It doesn't matter that he's not qualified.
That happened around like during the election periods. There was a lot of things that was going on. Like Black Lives Matter was a big issue,
thing,
or whatever. And so you had a lot of people
And the
who were
Benghazi.
just-
Benghazi.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Benghazi and
Yeah,
the
that was
emails and all that
huge.
stuff
Yeah.
and all. So it's like there was a lot of things that it was
lot of
it was a
factors.
perfect shitstorm.
Yeah, I
It was
agree with
a
that.
perfect shitstorm. And that's how he got. And so, like, when the election came and shit like that, I was like, I already know the outcome.
And people that didn't vote.
You
know,
I voted.
you-
Okay. I know what you're talking about. All right, never mind.
0-1 am.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be there. Okay,
I'll be
feel-
there
I
for
feel you,
real.
I feel
Because
you.
first and foremost, okay, yeah, I didn't vote. I will admit that. But the reason I didn't is because I'm not in a swing state. I'm in Alabama. It's a red state. It's always
Yeah.
going to be a red state. My vote will never fucking count in this fucking state.
I feel you.
So unless I actually move somewhere else, like those were my actual logical reasons, and people
Yeah.
can disagree with
Yeah,
them
yeah,
or not.
yeah.
Like not you, but I'm just saying, like the listeners,
Yeah.
like they can disagree or not. But come and live in Alabama, you'll understand.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Come and live in Alabama. You understand? Like, literally, you could hear people saying, "I'm not electing no bitch into the White House. I'm not electing no woman into like."
See, I ain't
You can hear the whip cracking in the background.
Like,
you come out.
for real, like for real.
Okay, he's giving Alabama a bad name. You do not. You did
Man.
not.
Alabama gave Alabama a bad name.
Pause. Let that sink in.
I'm a proud Alabamian. Not really, but
You only care about the football team.
Yo,
Man. That's the other
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that everybody in Alabama only cares about the football team.
I mean, I went to the
We don't
school.
give a fuck
I cared about my
government.
education.
We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm talking about I didn't care. I cared about my
That-
education. You blasphemous bastard.
I care about my family and friends. That's it. Like government, and
I mean, it's a beautiful
historical
place. I
it's
grew
alright.
up, growing up here. It's like they're perfect scenery spots in here and shit like that.
I'll give you that.
For a
Perfect
country
scenery.
kid, like man, this is always going to be
It's
home.
like, I've
for
seen
me.
better country.
This is always going to be home for me. I'm not going to lie about
I seen
it.
the mountaintop.
Oh, wow.
But this will always be a home for me.
Yeah, I feel
A home. But like I always say, I don't mind being buried in Alabama, but I'll be damned if I die in this motherfucker.
Wow. You're going to carry your body back.
For real. Carry me back. But I'm not gonna die in this motherfucker.
I feel you, man.
But
Anything else y'all want to add to that? I think you can stick a fork in
this
that.
is some bullshit. That's all I
Well-
can say. Like that's literally the only thing that's on my heart for real. Is
Yeah.
like this is some fucked up bullshit because this is completely wrong. It's completely wrong, and people know it's wrong, and people are still like
They don't care.
they don't care, and that's how I'm just like, bro, like
I mean, you got some people that I feel like are like you have. I've heard a lot of people be like, "I regret voting for Trump."
no, I don't give
fuck
a
them.
fuck about
Fuck
your
them.
you don't. That's
I
right.
get too, man.
Hold on,
funny.
dog. Fuck him.
For real, say that shit.
It's like fuck him in the ass.
What Bernie Mac say? Fuck him. Fuck him, get the ball.
Dog, man.
You know what you say to people that don't like what you're doing? No, fuck 'em.
You don't understand, dude. You don't understand. When I started hearing this, I was like, man, fuck you, man.
Man, I don't want to read your fucking thought pieces, think pieces, stink
Yeah, man.
pieces.
Shit, they gonna try to make a paragraph like, man, I thought change was gonna come.
How?
I thought he was Obama reincarnated.
Hey, man.
How did you think change was going to come through this man?
I vote against the minorities, and I got screwed over anyway.
Damn, bro. I'm just like,
And for all you dumbass, poor fucking Republicans, stop voting against your own fucking interests.
No,
Think
Lord,
for
yes.
yourself.
Christ, y'all did.
One goddamn
Think
second.
about your
Just
Obamacare.
because they carry
Think
the
about
banner
your
of
Obamacare.
Christ- For real, just because they carry the banner of Christ in the
Yeah.
Republican Party does not. There are more sex scandals in the Republican Party.
I don't think Trump about that Christ life anyway.
Yeah, I
For real.
don't-
I'm talking about the voters. I'm talking
Okay,
about the
okay.
voters. I'm talking about like below the Mason-Dixon line, red state voters.
I don't think they about that life either, because nobody goes by the freaking life.
I mean, I'm just saying, like the people in like the coal mining towns and shit like that. Like they want to sit up here and be like, oh, I vote Republican every time because they're the
Christian
Christian
value.
party.
Yeah.
Like that's their saying. Republican Party is the Christian party.
They
And
don't
I'm
support the
just like,
gays.
bro.
They don't support the gays and minorities.
Exactly, and that's the classifies them as the Christian party because they herald that shit by using the Bible.
To be Christian is to love everyone, show compassion, show tolerance.
We'll tell the religious right that
Until
they
you
don't-
reveal yourself that you're gay, or you're obviously non-white,
Exactly.
or you're transgender, or you're like anything that
Or
they
you're black.
deem that they deem.
You say
weird
reveal
or
yourself, you're black.
unusual.
You took the mask off. I thought you
It's
were
like
white. No.
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. I
He
know you're talking about, yeah.
took the hood off. It's like, and now for my next impression, Jesse Owens.
That was such a good movie. Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Man.
Okay.
Oh Lordy, no. I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
guess-
Quote that
guess-
movie. I can quote that whole movie, bro.
I guess we can segue into the next subject, which was brought up, which we kind of subtly brought up throughout this whole rant thing, was being informed versus being entertained.
I feel like a lot of people voted to be entertained.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, there was a lot of entertainment during this whole
Yeah,
campaign
they voted a
process.
celebrity president in, basically. So, yeah.
We saw what the first celebrity president did.
Reagan, baby. Oh.
Expect some new crack to drop next week.
Oh, it's literally. The government's whipping
Watch
it.
out.
Government's whipping it up in their lab.
Whipping it up right now, bro.
I want you to
This
drop
shit right here.
I want you to drop these new crack parachutes off in Compton somewhere. Make sure the best drug dealers get
You
it
don't
so
have
they
to
can
go. We
distribute.
got drones now. But
Get your remote controls ready.
This did bring up like okay, the whole Bowling Green thing with Kellyanne Conway, like.
Nigga, the whole Trump administration.
No,
period.
I'm saying that ties
and
into
all
being
that
informed versus being entertained. She was trying to inform you with some bullshit,
Yeah.
but you were entertained by it. So I had to
Her subconscious told her to lie. Let's make up this massacre in order to prove some point, imaginary point.
oh my god, dog!
see, we also got the alternate side of being informed and being entertained, where it's like
alternate fact bullshit.
no. I'm
Infotainment.
talking about like it's just like people may hear our podcast and some of the serious stuff that we talk about and be like, wow, these brothers are quote unquote woke, or these brothers are fucking stupid, or whatever you want to say. But at the same time, we also talk about fucking manga, anime, comic books. Fucking
Well, me and you do. We got a cool kid at the table.
No, it ain't even a cool kid. You the nigga that was like, y'all read books, nigga.
We
Come
talk
on,
about,
don't
like, movies and
don't throw
stuff,
me
though,
under the
like-
bridge, my nigga. You throwing us under the bridge for reading, nigga.
Did I say y'all read books? I read books.
Oh, this nigga changed, completely switched up.
Man, what up? Don't
Says
believe this hating ass.
Says running for mayor,
City council.
exactly.
District 12,
You know
Katniss's
what?
district.
Enough about me. Stick to the subject. What's wrong with y'all, man?
Exactly.
I remember seeing that movie and I was like, bitch, is she throwing on the Boy Scout symbol? But anyway, like you got the other side of that where it's like, you got some people who are so informed that they can't fucking relax. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, too serious.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like I actually had a homegirl. She was like, man, I really want some Chick-fil-A. I was like, man, I can't really fuck with it like that. They was, you know, they like hate gay people and shit. She was like, nigga, I ain't trying to bring no politics in this.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the realest shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
It shook me. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, she right. They do got some bomb ass shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I said the same shit.
We can boycott this next week.
For real. Let's do it on Sunday when they close.
This somebody else say the owners they didn't like black people, and like I think somebody told me that. And I was just like, ain't gonna stop me from getting that free chicken sandwich or that.
Oh, Lord, that's hilarious.
Hey man, you at work? You trying to get you some food?
I feel what
Might
you're
as well
saying.
get it for
For
free.
real. I mean, for real. I mean, you still gotta be economic.
I'm like, and you gotta think it's gonna hurt his pride too if he really hate black people. Think about how he really feel if he saw a black cat
damn
walk
well
up
he
and
got that recipe from man.
Yeah. Wow, you said from mammy. I got that from my great grandmother's mammy.
But yeah, like you got some folks who are just so like, and I don't
Not
know.
willing to cut
I don't
loose?
know if you want to like talk about like said earlier before we cut on the mic and start recording. Like me and Terrence, we have. It's not like a level of maturity, but it's kind of like a level of being fed up where you see the Matrix and you're just like, all right, fuck it, I'm stuck in this bitch, but I'm gonna get out one day.
Yeah, definitely.
But the people who are just now seeing the Matrix, like, you know, I'm not saying it's a like beginner level or nothing like that or whatever. Like,
That
he's
nigga
more
novice, but it's
intermediate.
okay. It's okay. We love him.
He growing. You know what I'm saying?
messing with him, playing.
Yeah, we just fucking with him. But
that ain't funny, man.
Hey, man. You don't
but
don't
yeah, like when you first see the fucked up shit around you, you get extremely pissed off.
You mean the complete solar eclipse of white supremacy and classism.
Yeah, classism, colorism, all that shit.
Yeah.
Like it all takes a toll on you, and like you.
My pops put me on game.
Let
so
it drive
I came out
you.
the womb on that
Yeah,
shit.
man. I grew up watching fucking Shaka Zulu and
Yeah.
shit, like for real. But I was like, King George is a bitch.
You can't defeat these niggas.
I'm
Fuck 'em
expecting
up.
so
Cowhide.
many dislikes on this.
Oh, whatever. Man. We tell him like it is.
But they viewed it.
You know how easily people get triggered by something like, dude.
Oh my god! I can't believe he said that.
I'm pretty sure by this segment.
I'm triggered about how they voted.
Listen, I'm pretty sure about this segment of the podcast, somebody somewhere got triggered about us talking about religion.
It'll be alright.
That's cool.
And they already know it.
Hey, I ain't say I can't. I'm just saying, like,
I mean, you acting like it though.
I felt it in the force, man. Hey, I'm sorry.
My bad. If it triggered you, I'm sorry. I apologize. For real, like, for real.
I'm shivering right now. I'm shivering.
Yeah,
Like,
it triggered me.
Because, like, for
mad.
real, like, we all grew up, like, we all have our stigmas from religion and shit like that or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we all have our stigmas from everything.
No,
but,
definitely.
and I have a lot of triggering moments, like, for real. But going back to the topic.
I love y'all.
Steer the ship back to
real.
the dock.
But yeah, like, when you first see the Matrix and shit like that, like, you will be pissed off. Don't let that deter you.
And consume your ass.
No, let it consume you, but let it consume you in like use that fire in the right way.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True,
Like
true.
everything is like a loaded gun.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can aim correctly, or you can misfire, or you can fucking blow yourself up.
Yeah.
You know?
You really can.
And that's kind of like what it is. It's like, man, like when you first start seeing everything, like knowing the history of this country and researching more about that shit and all, like you
got
get
knowledge
pissed off.
Yeah, well, just sorry to cut you off, but like, just to piggyback off what he just said, you got to put things in perspective. Like, you talk about the whole police brutality thing. From
If I can kill a nigga and get a break and vacation and get paid, I'd do it too.
well, not even saying you went somewhere real dark. I can't.
I'm a dark thinker.
I feel you. But like you talk about the 1960s, when you had like the whole civil rights movement, you had like discrimination in Jim Crow South and everything. The laws that passed, like there were three main laws. I think the Voter Rights Act, Civil Rights Act. There was another. I think it might have been Brown versus Board of Education. I think that's the third one. But okay, my mom, for example, she came up around that time. 1979 is when she graduated high school. That was the last class to be desegregated. So we're talking about all these civil rights legislations passed in the 60s, and it didn't take till the end of the 70s for that to happen. That's why I feel like people have to learn, like historically, about how politics happens or how laws get passed.
Yeah.
And then you can put in context of like how long it takes for things to change. You could do that.
I was thinking when you said learn how long, I was like, nigga, Schoolhouse Rock. I'm
a Bill Cavalier. Yeah, because I feel like people just like people consume bad news and then they don't know how to put it in perspective, and they're just like, oh my god, the world is ending. I don't know how to deal with it. And then they like get angry or they get depressed and all of that, and they can't like kind of channel that energy and learn about it, and then learn how they want to deal with it, how they want to move forward, knowing what you know.
Exactly. And it's always funny to see somebody come into those realizations and those revelations, because it makes me personally go back to when I started, like, and I was just like, damn, man, this is fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, man, fuck that. I don't give a fuck about these motherfuckers. I would do me. And it's not even just like I'm trying to do me because fuck everybody. I'm trying to do me for the benefit of not just myself, but the ones I care about and love.
Definitely.
And like, let that be your guiding light, I guess, to anybody that's starting a journey. And like, it's going back to what you were saying about like the three major things that were passed. That shit was literally just like yesterday in history's book.
Right.
That shit was like earlier this morning, honestly.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
And people still want to act like Rosa Parks refused to get up over 157 years ago. And it's like, nigga, that was right around the corner from now.
Yeah, I heard a comedian say it the best. Like, every time you ask somebody that's not black about like civil rights and stuff, they always say, man, that was so long ago. That was like 200 years ago. No, it was like
Where you heard that?
It's like 50 years ago.
Yeah. They always say, well, slavery was 300 years ago or some shit like that. Or the civil rights movement was like 80 years ago. Like, nah, it was like 50 or 60 years ago.
Because they don't even understand how slavery was continued in a legal sense.
Yeah.
After slavery got done, and then they put like prison is legalized slavery.
Yeah, exactly.
Still is slavery. So it's like,
yeah, the prison industrial complex.
yeah, but it goes back to something we said earlier. Like, people don't care. They don't care to learn.
Yeah, and
exactly.
That's the moral. That's a selective morality. It's like, man, like they don't put this shit in the history books for a reason. You get only one chapter, and you read it during Black History Month, the shortest month of the fucking
History
year.
is always made by the victim, right?
Yeah, it is. That's a very true statement.
Before I even read about that quote, I learned that in a video game.
Oh,
I learned that in Call of Duty.
That's funny.
It is crazy how like before I even decided to decipher it, because I was just playing the game, and like it's crazy how years later I just reference back to that. It's like, damn, history's always made by the victim.
Yeah, it is.
It's the realest statement in all of existence. Because, hey, man.
And so it's just, I think people, like, it's okay to be informed, but please, for the love of God, get some entertainment.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that. You have to have a healthy
Get
balance,
some entertainment, man. You gotta fucking cut loose. You gotta cut loose. You can't walk around with feeling like
that's stressful, man.
You
got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Like you're just thinking about like all the bad shit that's either going on now, that went on in the past, that's going to happen in the future. But like since the beginning of civilization, people have died. People have died from atrocities. People have died from genocides. People have died from serial killers. People have died from ignorance. People have died from
disease,
calculation.
Famine.
Yeah, exactly.
Control your chakras, people.
Control your chakras.
For real, man. For real. Like go meditate. For real.
Like massage your third eye.
It's a cool little book I picked up. Like
with chakras?
No, just control your zen.
Okay,
bro. It's like
our homie is growing. That's beautiful.
That's a whole
No,
other subject.
That book personally just helped me through like my recent job.
Oh, I thought you were going to say all your anger.
No, that's still there.
Oh man, he's like, I got a Hulk complex. I just beast out.
Pretty much. That's honestly like. To me, that's kind of how I feel being black in America. It's like the Hulk.
Oh, really? Yeah,
it's like I'm always like the Hulk is right there with me the whole time. Like the rage is still there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Still there. The will to fight back is still there. It's just I gotta control that motherfucker.
Exactly. I feel like I gotta. Sometimes it's the best way I can describe it. Sometimes I feel like I gotta take it off. I gotta take off like. Seeing myself as being black, I just want to be me. I don't want to be black, for however long I can be.
I love being black.
No, I'm not saying I don't love being black.
I'll explain it.
Okay, but I mean, what I mean by it is like the negativity, like feeling like you got to defend being black, or feeling like you got to defend your people, or feeling like you got to defend our culture, defend how we talk, defend against white people, against other black people. That shit gets like fucking like stressful, and it gets like it bogs you down with so much I guess animosity towards the world. And sometimes I just want to be like, man, I'm me. I like what I like. I don't want to think about all this negative shit.
Yeah,
and then other times I'm like, oh, put on my cape, man. I want to be like the superhero to black people, and but I feel like you gotta balance that out. And you gotta look within yourself. And like he was how Winston was saying, figure out what the end game is for you. Figure out what your goals are, what you want out of life, and act accordingly. And you can speak out, but pick your battles and really think about if you're benefiting the cause or benefiting the situation, or are you just kind of
do it for the culture.
Exactly. yeah, exactly. Or you're just stewing in your own angry juices, and you're just making yourself angry and bitter. And you're not going to be any good to the situation, to the movement, or whatever you want to call it, and you're not going to be any good to yourself. So you gotta like really harness that and channel it in, like Winston said.
And what I was saying when I said I love being black or whatever, like it's not. I get everything that you were saying, and I'm not rebuttaling that shit at all. Right. It's just I don't care. Like that's a part of my personal blackness is the ability to not give a fuck anymore. It's like. What else can you fucking do?
No,
what else can you fucking say? And especially like to other black, like if I man, I remember I was in the store. I was grocery shopping with an ex of mine, and I was joking around. You're right,
exactly.
You're right.
Shout to Lauren
and Joe Rogan,
exactly.
But
you said Joe Rogan. That's pretty funny. I like that.
And Joe Rogan. Don't have to get into it. But I was just joking around, whatever, like just goofing. I can't remember what. Like it was like one of it was the latest trendy artist or whatever. That was probably a
little something,
or something. Not nobody recent, but this is like 4 or 5 years ago. So So you already know who this is, whatever. You know who the fuck it is, nigga.
Wait, I do too. Bro.
You do too.
Hold on.
And so
We're gonna talk after.
yeah. And so like I'm in there just clowning around, joking with her or whatever, and like rapping because I thought the song was stupid. I can't remember what fucking song it was, but I thought the song was stupid. It was probably something like that or something, you know. And
Something basic.
Yeah, something basic as hell. It had a nice beat to it. And so ain't nothing wrong with the bass guy. Don't you do that.
Well, I sort of
Nothing wrong with Kevin Durant cursing.
You know what? Finish your thought before we.
But yeah, I was joking around and she was like, "Stop! All these people looking at us." And I was like, "You mean these white folks?"
Oh, okay. Black shame.
And she was like, "Yeah." I was like I give a fuck about what they think. They gonna think I'm a nigga anyway.
Yeah, I feel you.
And that's a part of my blackness. Whether I was right or wrong, whether they perceive me as that or not, whether they looking at me or not, it don't matter to me because I am who I am, and I feel like dancing and being joyful with my girl. And if you don't want to be a part of that, then that's on you.
Yeah. Hashtag unapologetically black. I feel you.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So,
All right. Yeah. Finish. You thought?
There was
verbatim where you left off.
A long intermission. Well, you gonna have a tough job editing this shit.
Yeah, the world turned one moon.
So anyway, basically, we were in the store, you know, getting some groceries or whatever, and I was just dancing, being playful, you know, and shit like that or whatever. And it was to like some old ass song that. I don't know what song it was or
old ratchet song, basically.
Yeah,
that's what
pretty much. Yeah. And I'm a ratchet ass nigga, so I like doing that shit. So she was like, "All these people looking," and I was like, "All these people, the white people?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I don't give a fuck about them." Like,
she was like, "The people that matter, they're looking at us."
I just don't care, bro. I don't care because like people are gonna like first and foremost, just humanistically. If that fuck it, I'm gonna make it a word.
Humanistically.
That's right. There are no rules.
Keep going.
Big word alert. Big word alert.
I mean, shit. It's not like I'm the president saying bigly. You feel me?
I don't know where that came from. It just came out of left field. Bigly.
I don't know. We're gonna do it real bigly.
Bigly. Right.
So, but just on the human spectrum, on a human level, people are gonna look at you and judge you no matter what. Whether they're the same race or whatever. I get judged by black people more. I get judged more by black people for listening to rock and roll and jazz and country and
anything that's not rap.
Anything that's not straight up hip hop.
Stereotype, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So,
let me listen to J Rock in peace, man. Jesus Christ.
Let me listen to my Meatloaf album, bro. Bat Out of Hell 2 is the shit.
Let me listen to my Celtic classics.
For real. Exactly. Riverdale.
Exactly.
What?
Michael
the Celtic
Flatley.
women, bro.
Yeah.
The Celtic women can sing.
Asian Kung Fu Generation.
Hey, bro. Hey. I love Asian Kung Fu Generation. Have you heard the Pillows?
Yeah.
I love the Pillows.
Of course I heard Pillows. You heard Boom Boom Satellites?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they came from because I was like looking up all the groups that were part of the Foolie Cooley like soundtrack.
Yeah.
Boom Boom Satellites came up. I downloaded like their first
Oh my
album.
god, you took me back with Foolie Cooley.
Man.
Because
the
Pillows
album. The greatest.
Yeah,
the Pillows album, My Foot. You should check that out.
Cool.
But yeah, like I get judged more by like black people for I guess being what people. And this is another thing we gotta fucking stop doing. And I blame Tumblr for this and Twitter also. Fucking stop making up all these new terminologies for old shit. There's always been alternative black people.
Oh yeah.
There's always been black joy. There's always been black girl magic. Y'all just want to call it something new every fucking month. Like stop. Yeah. Stop, bro. Everything don't need a fucking title. Just exist.
Hey, we're trying to brand this. Come on.
I just have no problem existing. Like, for real. Like, and I feel like people have a problem with that, which is cool, I guess. I don't know. But to each their own. I just wish that people wouldn't be like, oh, we need to put a title to this. Like, I don't want a fucking title.
No, I agree with what you're saying, but I think people, especially black people and anybody that's a minority specifically, always feels marginalized and feels like everybody looks at like.
So you're gonna marginalize yourself further?
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm not necessarily speaking like for it, but I'm just saying from people's perspective.
Yeah.
Like they feel like, okay, everybody groups us together, and even other black people group us together. So we're gonna highlight this Black Girl Magic, or we're gonna highlight Blurred Black Nerd or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's gonna like, you know, basically bring
What that means?
I
You
really
never knew that.
Oh my god. Blurred, yeah. Black Nerd.
I thought people were saying blurbs, like
Blurred.
like
it's blurred between.
Oh my god. Epiphany. We had light bulb moment. We had light bulb moment.
No, like the blurbs, like in the beginning of like a book, like, you know, like.
Well, hold on. You can't say that because, you know, according to this motherfucker right here, I don't read. So
that's according. Well, no, that's according to you. I don't read books. Y'all niggas read books.
I never said
like, we was the most lamest niggas on planet Earth. Y'all niggas read books.
If
Come
we could
on.
categorize Said would be the Pastor Troy of the group.
Give me the savage.
DSGV.
No, don't do me like
He's
that.
not. He's
Pastor Troy was hard.
He's the old David Banner. He's not the new.
He getting there though. The brother's making his transition.
Oh man.
He gonna grow
He's
his
not.
beard out.
He's not podium ready yet, but we gonna get him podium ready.
He's podium ready. He's just more of the Malcolm tip.
Oh man. Gonna have the assault
Nothing wrong
rifle
with that.
Gonna have the assault rifle on the table just in case people get rowdy.
As soon as somebody say, "Get your hand on my pocket," he blasts.
Yeah,
He blasts.
He blasting at the audience.
I'll put it up on you.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, I just it doesn't make sense to me to be like just. We've had enough titles as black people, bro. Just let black people fucking exist. I guess that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah,
with
I feel
it.
you.
And so it's like when people say like it's.
I think
I
feel
Icarus, Kid Icarus. I'm about to take flight. I'm about to jump out that window.
Oh, go ahead, say what you gotta say. Because I think it's gonna be profound. Say what you gotta say.
No,
It's funny. It's funny to me.
Oh, you think you about to jump?
He was supposed to calm him down. He's like, nah, bro.
Yo, you gonna gas me up and shit?
No, because I'm
Such a West Side nigga.
I'm sorry. I guess I am West Side nigga, man. Let's just say what the West Side of Tuscaloosa isn't necessarily the most glamorous part. That's why they want to call me West Side nigga. And I do rep the West Side fully.
Rep your set, cuz.
Exactly.
Do what you do.
But what I was gonna say was, you know, I think like people in general, like human nature is like tribal, and we wanna affiliate with certain things. And
Yeah.
you know, if you, like I said before, feel marginalized, you want to affiliate with people that, you know, do the same thing you do. So I don't necessarily, personally for me, well, you know, get into my point, I don't necessarily feel like it's a horrible thing to say Black Girl Magic or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like, let's be clear on, there's a wide spectrum of everybody. And if you want to label yourself, I'm fine with you labeling yourself. But don't label me and think that
that's my
exactly
beef with it.
And being in that group means I got to do every single thing y'all do. I can't. There can't be any type of variation. I can't like if you want to consider me woke, I can't listen to Lil Yachty, can't listen to Lil Uzi Vert. I can't listen to anything I want to listen to that may not go in line with.
I gotta listen to Sade Day and fucking Maxwell all goddamn
exactly.
which by the way are great fucking.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. These are all artists that I do listen to.
Yeah,
but it's not.
the
I
only
don't have
thing.
to fucking walk around smelling like shea butter and incense all goddamn day just because I'm alternative black.
We're human beings. We're multidimensional, so we don't have to fit in your box of, oh, you're intelligent, but you can't listen to anything that's ignorant. We can listen to whatever the fuck we want to listen to and be whoever we want to be, and we can still be, supportive of alternative black people, everything. All things black, and all things like culturally, and we can embrace it, and we can be critical of it, and we can be anything we want to be within that, and still be black.
I guess that's my gripe with it.
Yeah.
It's like, for one, and I'm revising what I was gonna say, so I kind of got a parachute on now, so I'm still about to jump.
Yeah, he's about to jump. Say it, hold his arm. Say it, hold his arm.
Hold on real quick. So you mean you won't judge me if I just every time we show up now Tez that I like to play Lil Yachty and 9 Men, that's a Lil Uzi? You're not gonna judge. You won't think badly. You know what?
I'm gonna be like very, very honest about this. Now I ain't got no problem with you playing Lil Yachty, but if you tell me that's your favorite artist, and that's kind of where it stops, I'm gonna judge the hell out of you and be like, you got some shitty.
Hold on, what is it? So you're not gonna think less of me, Ted?
I'm not from the West Side. Don't include me in this.
You're in the West Side right now. No, because you know, if one day I just got Lil Uzi Vert playing, he gonna walk in, he's gonna give me that look.
Thank you.
He gonna look at me crazy as hell. You'll never let me live that down.
No,
that's so hard though.
Compared to what you have said in the past, and not being as open minded.
Yeah, you gotta give him that credit. You gotta give him that.
But no, I can't. I'm not supposed to give him that credit because he's supposed to be the mature one.
You know what? You're right. You should allow this brother to grow and mature.
I feel you. It's cool.
Be the example.
But yeah,
shots fired.
Bang.
I couldn't even dodge it. He hit me too hard. He hit me too fast.
Caught me out of nowhere.
Exactly. He didn't even say what the duel was gonna be. Just pulled out the piece, man. Just popped me.
But yeah, I feel like these phrases and these terminologies that come from a healthy place, that come from like black girl, like, and I hate or black joy boy. I'll just say that.
The hell is that?
I've heard that.
I've never heard it,
bro.
When you first said it, I was like,
It's like a Tumblr phrase.
Black joy boy.
Black boy joy.
Black boy joy.
And it's basically like
or
carefree black boy or carefree black girl and shit like that. It's just like people like these motherfuckers will literally be like, I put on overalls today. I'm carefree. Bitch, how? Nigga.
That's a little lame though.
Fuck?
I'm gonna be real, that's a little lame.
Like they'll be like, oh, like they'll have the same fucking haircut as every other motherfucker on the planet.
I
put a swoosh in it today.
Yeah, they'll put the swoosh in it, have on like one Jordan, one Gucci flip flop, and be like, I don't care how I look, I'm being carefree today. No, nigga, you being tacky.
Okay,
you looking stupid. You looking hella dumb right now, my nigga. Like, stop.
You sound like some of these Instagram chicks to be on here. It'd be like half naked. Then they're trying to put some thought-provoking shit.
Oh, Lord.
So I'm like, hold on, jump for me.
Exactly.
Hold on, dude. Like, I fuck it. This is my like.
Famous last words. Fuck it.
I don't care, dude. Like, listen.
This is when the plane goes down.
Ladies, you can take whatever pictures you want. You can dress how you want. That's perfectly fine. Here's what I got beef. Okay. It's when you just got like a whole bunch of ass shots, and then you try to put some thought-provoking poetry. It's like, this is me, comfortable, yada yada yada. And then when like there's some thirsty motherfuckers in the comment sections go comment on it, and then you go clap back at them. You look real stupid clapping back at somebody when you thirst trap.
First of all, like honestly, like that's the thing. That's why they call it a thirst trap, because you don't have to fall for the trap.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
General Akbar, it's a trap.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Who makes comments anyway? You just look and you
just
go
look.
Oh, dude, that'd be some crazy comments. That's some of the best entainment I've ever
but like, because I actually like
I got a chick, so I'm good on thirsty train. Man.
I said something. Exactly. It was actually, so this is actually not to the black women who say this phrase, but it is to one particular black girl that I know personally that knows nothing about this.
Too much shots fired.
Okay. Oh, okay. Go ahead, bro.
Because I gotta say that to make people know that I'm not addressing all black women, because I love my black women, to death.
Yeah, just like one specific chick.
But this one, and I even love her, but I just think it's funny because she's always.
Okay, brother Neutron.
She's always in and out of relationships, and it happens. I get it. Like relationships come and go, but the only time she'll say black girl magic is when she gets left by a nigga. And so what I said in my head was, I find it funny that you can't magically keep a nigga. And so it's just like, I feel like people take these phrases and then they hijack them.
Yeah.
And try to use it for their own self-empowerment when you ain't done nothing magical about nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
black excellence is not for your homegirl who did your twist.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Black excellence is not for the nigga that escaped jail because of technicality when he was selling crack.
Wait, did you say black exorcism? Hold up.
It's excellence.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Black exorcism is when your mom and daddy beat your ass for slamming the damn door like you're demon possessed.
Exactly. That's when
what's wrong with you?
That's when Uncle Ruckus comes to the door.
I got a job application. Niggas worst fit.
Exactly.
But
my
yeah,
God.
I feel like these people take these phrases and they hijack them for the wrong things.
I would
And
say,
it's just
yeah,
like, it's
I
fucked up.
totally agree with you on that. Like when you talk about actual empowerment, where people, take phrases and they make kind of
At the time of Black Girl Magic,
exactly.
when it first popped up,
It was inspiring.
It was inspiring because of what we were going through as a community. You cannot sit up here and try to hijack that shit when you are not going for your master's or when you're not even just graduating from college, my nigga.
Yeah. When it's not real goals being achieved, basically.
Yeah, like when you just sitting up there chilling. I moved back into my mama crib, Black Girl Magic.
Yeah.
You're like, come on, son, stop.
Yeah, I feel you.
I want more for us.
Wow, you made it just like about the team. Maybe about the fam.
It was gonna be a Corey joke. I'm not gonna subject y'all to that.
Shoot the shot. You already brought up you were about to do it. Yeah, exactly.
It's
Shoot
too
the
late.
shot. I'm curious.
Okay. You know how you said like Black Girl Magic, and then I flipped it. I was like Black Girl Tragic.
That should be the hashtag for the episode. Fuck it, Black Girl Tragic.
Okay.
That'll start too much beef.
Okay, we're done. Twitter. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead. We're running over time.
All right.
If you made it this far through the slander, I appreciate you. I'm sorry. We really appreciate you.
We really do.
Outros. I'll go first. We got canceled before we started. Wow. This is your host, Phenom Soul. This is your host, Phenom Soul. Hope you were entertained.
We were.
Definitely entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Exactly.
I'm sorry
Is this
we went
not
off
why
the
you're
rails. I'm sorry we went off the rails towards the end, but it happens. Fuck it. Like I said, Phenom Soul, check me out. Check my other channel out. Phenom Soul 89. There we talk gaming, anime, do random vlogs, and just have fun. And also, if you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Throw us a like,
baby.
Give us some constructive feedback.
We waiting for you. We're waiting with open arms to put you in our bosom and show you the way of entertainment and beauty.
Hitting that like button, it does help the channel grow. So your feedback is very welcome.
She be doing that.
All right,
Tez.
All right, Tez.
My bad. My girl wanted me to bring a sweet tea, by the way. Anyway, thanks for listening. You can catch me on Twitter, Tez the Great, at Mars Brooks. I'm there. Say crazy stuff every now and then. Sometimes I say informative stuff. You decide. Hopefully you know the difference. Sarcasm.
All right, Mr. Neutron.
Turn around
Every time.
Okay.
All right, we done. Peace. Freeform. We out.
All right,
All right,
bye.